Well, on behalf of the city council and the mayor, I would like to read this proclamation today that has been established in commemoration of Annie Malone Day, and it reads as follows. Whereas Annie Minerva Turnbow Malone was born August 9, 1877 in Metropolis, Illinois, considered to be one of the first African-American female millionaires. She made her fortune creating a successful business focusing on cosmetics and hair care products. And whereas in 1896, the teenage Miss Malone moved to Peoria to live with her sister, Ada Moody. It was here where her seeds of greatness flourished. She excelled in chemistry classes while attending Peoria High School. Although health problems forced her to withdraw, the determined young Miss Malone was well on her way to establishing her career path. She practiced hairdressing with her sisters and cousins. Using her knowledge of chemistry, she started experimenting to develop her own beauty products. And whereas, after a brief move to Brooklyn, Illinois, where she finalized her product line, Miss Malone began selling her products door to door, building her empire one household at a time. In 1902, she moved to St. Louis. It was here where she would expand her business into a storefront, broaden her marketing efforts by expanding into advertising, and enhance her sales force. And whereas, in 1918, she established the first African-American college in the country designated to cosmetology. She named it Horo College. Horo is a West African term that refers to physical and spiritual healing. College campus included a manufacturing plant, retail store, cafeteria, residential facilities, a gymnasium, bakery, and a chapel. This served as a popular community hub for the African-American residents of the area. And whereas she was just as well known for her philanthropy as she was for her business acumen. She was a generous donor to the YMCA, Howard University College of Medicine, and the St. Louis Orphans Home, later renamed the Annie Malone Children and Family Service Center. A parade in her name and honor is held on May Day every year in St. Louis. Now, therefore, I, on behalf of Mayor Rita Ali of the city of Peoria, do hereby acknowledge the career and legacy of Annie Turnbow Malone in Peoria, dated this 9th day of August, 2025, signed Mayor Rita Ali.
Thank you.
Get a picture. Let's go over here. All right. All righty. So, wonderful proclamation.
Yes, sir. You did a great job.
Yes,
doing it.
happy to do it.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to also say that we now have Annie Malone books in the hands of students, some which are at Peoria Public Schools. And so she has become a part of the Black history legacy here in our community. So we're proud of that. Thank you for your contributions in bringing her legacy back to Peoria and making it alive among the residents who live
Well,
here.
thank you so much. Thank you. Let's give her another round of applause. Okay, next we have Senator Taylor. Now, let me just say quickly about this man right here. I can call him on anything, and he's there. He has supported me throughout my tenure here. I remember before he got senator, when you used to work for, what was it? Yeah, I remember him then. But this guy right here, I really appreciate, no matter how busy he is, he finds a way to come. So let's give him a round of applause. A state proclamation for us.
This is from the Illinois Senate, but let me just say that it's important that we uplift Annie Malone Because when we talk about the history of Peoria, we talk about Richard Pryor, of course, and Betty Friedan, but Annie Malone stands there with him. So we need to make sure that people know that. Whereas Annie Malone was born in 1869, holds the distinguished honor of being recognized as the first African-American female millionaire whose exceptional entrepreneurial skills paved the way for generations of African-American businesswomen. And Annie Malone attended Peoria High School and spent her formative late years of her life in Peoria, profoundly impacting the community and leaving a lasting legacy of innovation, resilience, and philanthropy. Through her groundbreaking company, Poro College, Annie Malone revolutionized the beauty and hair care industry by creating and marketing products specifically designed for African-American women, empowering countless individuals economically and socially. And Annie Malone's philanthropic endeavors included substantial contributions to educational institutions, orphanage, and community development, continued to inspire and exemplify her lifelong commitment to giving back and uplifting marginalized communities. And in recognition of her significant contributions and historical impact, the City of Peoria has honored Annie Malone by designating August 9th as Annie Malone Day, and by naming a street in her honor, enduring that her legacy is remembered and celebrated. Be it proclaimed that we now proudly recognize and celebrate the extraordinary life achievements and enduring legacy of Annie Malone, commending her for her trailblazing spirit, entrepreneurial excellence, and unwavering dedication to the community empowerment and to social progress. And furthermore, we proclaim that a suitable copy of this proclamation is presented on behalf of the Illinois Senate and myself. So, Alvaro, I'm very proud to give this to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all want to take a picture of this? Yes, sir.
I just have knee surgery, so I gotta be careful.
Yes, sir. I ain't had knee surgery, but I still gotta be careful.
Great.
Thank you,
All right.
man.
Thank you.
Spiritual brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Here you go, brother. Okay. Now, you know, usually I can get my phone to stop ringing. This time I can't even find the switch. So if it rings, I'm gonna just run on out. Okay, next person is Miss Everly, babyface, powerful curator of the Peoria Riverfront Museum. Now, let me tell you a little bit about her though. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here either. The great work that she has done to be and guess what? Her grandfather and I worked together. So she's double pioneer out at Illinois Central College as a counselor. So Annie Malone hooked us up. That's how she works, through spirit. And I tell you, this is one of the best things that ever happened because she's really helped put Annie Malone on the map. Thank you. Give us a few words, please. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction. And it really was happenstance that we ended up working together. The Annie Malone exhibition was not originally my project, but we bumped into each other. I was leaving the office going to lunch, and you were leaving a meeting with another curator. And from then on, we started meeting every week, and you would come in and talk to me for an hour or two, and just bring in whatever artifacts that you had at your disposal. The Peoria Riverfront Museum is very proud to house over 300 objects that you have so generously trusted us with for us to be able to continue to share Annie Malone's story for many, many years to come. For over a year, we had a solo exhibition just capturing her life and uplifting her legacy, and now there is a case titled The Beauty of Giving that's on display and will be for the rest of the year. It's not going to stop there. We're going to continue to share more and more lenses of her story. There's so many layers to how she was a pioneer, so I'm looking forward to continuing to go through those documents and those artifacts and see what else you have at home for us to share with the community and the world. It really goes beyond our city as well. After the exhibition went up, we were getting emails and phone calls from historians and other museums across the country asking about the story, and so it really is not just a time for our city, but for our nation and the world to hear the story that's been buried underneath the legacy of Madam C.J. Walker, who is a pioneer in her own right, but we have to give credit where credit is due, and that is to Annie Malone. So thank you for allowing me to be part of this today.
Well, thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. Because of her and my other spiritual brother, John Morris, I was able to meet Miss Bundles. They brought him there, Miss Bundles at that time, I say was on a redemption mission in terms of saying, well, you know, Netflix, I don't know if you've seen Netflix, Self-Made, she was saying, well, you know, we didn't mean for that to happen, blah, 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 but I got to meet her, and that was really an historical event, and thank you for making that happen. Thank you. Okay, and next person is, and I got to get used to it, it's one of my men of the new millennium. There used to be Gregory Wilson. Now he is Dr. Gregory Wilson. Let's give him a round of applause. Let me tell you about this guy, too. When we were going through renaming schools, Annie Malone came up as a possible name. And I want to tell you that Dr. Wilson was really inspirational and was really passionate about Annie Malone, and along with, you know, the other schools that everyone, schools need to be renamed after certain individuals. But I tell you, I'll never forget your passion and your commitment to trying to make that happen. And so now, Dr. Wilson, spiritual brother, I really appreciate it. This is my mentor right here. I really appreciate it. Let's do a round of applause.
I just, you know, I was thinking of what to say today. I had some things prepared. Until I walked in, I brought my kids here for a reason, because I wanted them to see this. I wanted them to understand the legacy of an individual that was from Peoria. Real big on our heroes that travel our streets, that have been here, that have attended our schools. Real big on that. And walking in, we have this Annie Malone poster that's on the table, or picture. And I was able to do a quick history lesson to my children. And right when I did that, you know, that's when I knew how impactful, how big, how important this legacy is to carry on. My son Jaden here is a freshman at Central. We know that there's some challenges with our children today, especially in these schools that we're working to get through. But it brought so much joy to be able to tell him, this individual, why we're here today, went to your school. You know, that's the impact, that's what's powerful. I want to make sure all these books are inside of our schools, for sure, so we're going to make sure that happens. And just appreciate being here. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Dr. Wilson, I've been trying to get going to the schools. I think it's Principal McGinnis, and I really haven't had any luck with collaborating with him. I went through the alumni and met with them because I wanted to set up a display of Annie Malone. I have not had any luck with that as well. Well, that's what I'm telling you right now. I want to tell you personal. There you go. There you go. See how she works? How she works around the floor. Okay, Ron Moore. Was that Ron Given? I don't know. I think he got lost somewhere, probably in the bathroom somewhere. But we're going to go ahead and first, let me see Doug here from NAACP. Evening. I don't see Alex here. So we're going to have to go with you. Let's give a round of applause. And let me tell you about this young lady too. We related. I know y'all related. I think I'm gonna claim it. We related. This lady right here has always been a strong supporter. She has a story herself. Oh yeah, she got a story herself. And she related to George Washington or something? I would say that right there. Go way further back than Annie Malone. But I just wanted to acknowledge, you know, people that support, people who are impactful in the community. If you didn't know them, you see them now. You know them now. And she is definitely one of them. And thank you for coming here and supporting this event. Thank you. Because
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angela Allen Henry, and today I'm here on behalf of the Peoria Historical Society. We recognize that Annie Malone is such a force and a trailblazer and a pioneer in our city and in our country. But today we want to give recognition also to her great-grandson, James Agbara Bryson. And with that, we have a letter of recognition.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Peoria Historical Society, I write to formally recognize the many contributions Mr. James Agbara Bryson has made to Peoria history by sharing and celebrating the extraordinary legacy of his great-grand-aunt Annie Turnbow Malone. In doing so, Mr. Bryson has benefited us all in shining a light on the rich history of the Peoria area. Born to parents who were formerly enslaved, Malone moved to Peoria in 1896, where she attended Peoria High School. She developed a deep knowledge of natural plants, which resulted in her building a national empire of hair care products and founding Poro College, our nation's first black cosmetology college. Poro College was instrumental not only in educating women in their hair care and beauty business, but it also served as a much-needed community space for black people when strict segregation laws banned their attendance at public events. James Agbara Bryson has worked tirelessly to preserve and promote the legacy of his important ancestor. He has done so by writing an award-winning book, The Hidden Story of Annie Turnbow Malone, sharing her story in a WTVP documentary, and establishing the Annie Malone Center for Development to honor and keep Malone's legacy alive. The mission of the Peoria Historical Society is to preserve, share, and celebrate the stories of the Peoria area. By documenting and promoting the remarkable story of Annie Malone, James Agbara Bryson has made a truly valuable contribution to Peoria history and to our nation as well. Congratulations, Agbara. In sharing the story of your illustrious ancestor, you allow all citizens of the area to share in this history as well. The Peoria Historical Society joins those gathered today on Annie Malone Day to thank you for serving as such a strong ambassador in promoting the history of our community. Sincerely, Elizabeth Kleiss, Executive Director, Peoria Historical Society.
Ooh, Lord, that was
Yes, yes.
So, I'm telling a little story before Angie got
Wait a minute, I need to get my photo.
So that way Ken folks act. See?
Great.
Here you go.
Beautiful. So, before Ron, years and years ago, that's why neither one of us can walk. But he's a great contributor to the museum as well. And he was scheduled to come. He wanted to say a few words, but unfortunately he's lost somewhere. But Ron, we're here. You can show up anytime that you want to. We love you. Now, other part of the program, I want to introduce Ward Mohammed. Maury, come up here real quick, man. Come up here. Before you get lost again. I can't lose you again.
It's already recording and stuff. He's just not a
So, our second part of the program, I don't know if you have. First of all, let's give these panel members and contribution folks a round of applause. So, Maury, come up here real quick. I told you I just found Maury this morning, opening up the door. Annie Malone sent him here. I ain't seen him in 2 or 3 years, but he's here. So, this is how God works. So, he was one of my Harvest and Dream main guys. If you go on Harvest and Dreams, you see him and his son graduated through Harvest and Dreams, straight A students. And we used to do a thing years, and what was that, 90s?
No, 2013.
2013, we used to do a thing called
Message Behind the Music.
Message Behind the Music. And we play a little music, and we watching young folks twerking and crawling on the floor and twisting and jumping through the ceilings. Never knew what they were listening to. So y'all like that? Yeah. Well, these are the lyrics that you're celebrating. And it wasn't good stuff. Right. Hoes, bees, N-words, self-destructive messages. totally blind to it until we broke it down. So this is the man that started it. This is the man who now has inherited and has been really, there you go. This is a great reunion right here. Where Muhammad understands the spiritual connection, God's music CEO. I call him the wolf because he attacks stuff. Everybody don't like him. Everybody don't like me either. But it don't stop the message. It don't stop the message. And he has gone on to being a great Annie Malone supporter. Supported me through a lot of things. And now he's going on to do a docuseries that he's going to show. And the docuseries has, tell me about that honorable mention and the stuff that you got involved. I said, bro, how you doing? Well, everybody's okay. No, it's good. Tell them about your thing in Texas.
The Annie Malone docuseries has been honored in Greece, Athens, with an honorable mention in the film festival in Greece, Athens. So it's already international. And South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas has now chose the curriculum for the Annie Malone restoration culture to be part of the panel picker for the South by Southwest Festival coming in 2026. So you could go to South by Southwest EDU. It's actually under the educational department. So you go on South by Southwest EDU, look up restoration culture, and you can vote for our curriculum to be part of this 2026 South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas.
Let's give him a round of applause, y'all. And not only that, but he's also made a commitment to give Annie Malone a partnership and part of those funds. So let's give him another round of applause. So, I'm gonna leave it in your hands, take it over. You wanna do your song? Are you just,
I'll do a quick introduction.
okay. I gotta say, so I introduced War. How we meet, man?
Carl Cannon, Elite Program,
Okay.
Ex-Offenders Program. We
Okay.
both were speakers.
Okay. And I showed him the book. And next thing I knew, he had put the whole book in a song. That's how talented he is. In a song. And put the music and stuff together. And are you gonna share some of that now, or are you gonna just wait till your documentary? How you the boss now?
Yeah, I'll share some now.
Okay, all right, let's give him a round of applause, y'all.
I'm gonna sit up here with these city leaders because they are wonderful at what they do.
Yes, sir.
Dave, Denise, Greg, Everly. Everly is the curator for the Annie Malone project at the Peoria Riverfront Museum. So she made a lot of this possible. Mr. Bryson brought the idea to me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who Annie Malone was. I thought he was talking about my great-grandmother or something, but I said, she ain't rich. She ain't had no millions. At least she ain't leave me nothing.
I ain't getting none
He said,
either.
I ain't getting none either, so.
I'm projects boy.
He gave me the book and I started doing research and I'm like, wow, this story is amazing. It has to be told. But as you see, I don't have her book in my hand right now. I actually have Elia Bundles, which is Madam C.J. Walker's great-granddaughter book in my hands right now, who Mr. Bryson was talking about earlier, came to the Peoria Riverfront Museum to kind of defend Annie Malone's legacy for being played down in the movie Self-Made. And I just want to read an insert from her book that comes directly from her words about Annie Malone. Now, if you know Madam C.J. Walker, her maiden name was Sarah Breedlove. So a lot of people don't know that. So in this book, when you hear the name Sarah, they're actually talking about Madam C.J. Walker. So in the book, it says, some years later, Pope Turnbow would declare that she had treated Sarah on South 16th Street, a possible reference to 1519 Clark, the apartment near 16th Street where C.J. Walker lived from 1900 to 1905. What is not in dispute is that Sarah was one of Pope Turnbull's earliest sales agents, probably joining her sometime in 1903. Pope Turnbull claimed that in the process of teaching Sarah her hair growing methods, she also had successfully treated scalp ailments, which actually caused her hair loss. Two most likely problems, seborrhea, commonly called dandruff, and psoriasis, then known as tetanus, had plagued humans for centuries. Tetanus' tiny scales itched intensely, inflaming scalps and creating sores. If Sarah used widely distributed medicines that were heavily laced with alcohol and other harsh chemicals, she only made them madly worse by stripping her hair of its natural oils. So in this book, she's telling you that she didn't know how to save her own hair. Annie Malone saved her hair. Annie Malone saved Madam C.J. Walker hair from falling out. That's in Madam C.J. Walker, great-granddaughter.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to honor the first black female millionaire. Whether it fits short, long, or in the middle, it's one thing we know women care about, and that's their hair. At a time in this country when blacks were treated unfair, Annie Turnbull, before she became Annie Malone, was Annie, one of the first black female millionaires. Annie escaped slavery to Metropolis, moved to Peoria where ain't nobody stopping her. If it plays here, place where you get it poppin' at. All the way up to St. Louis where the college at. Annie escaped slavery to Metropolis, moved to Peoria where ain't nobody stopping her. If it plays here, place where you get it poppin' at. All the way up to St. Louis where the college at. Annie was a hard worker with ambition. Went to Central High School, but she ain't finished. She suffered from an illness that left her bedridden. Her legacy destroyed, so you know the feds in it.
Let's give another round of applause.
Let's give a round of applause for James Akbar Bryson. Now, one of the reasons why I love doing what I do is because I'd rather make music to uplift the kids and inspire the kids to do great things like Annie Malone instead of what the music promotes our kids to do today. And it's so important that the kids understand how music can really be used to uplift the culture, to inspire the culture. Because a lot of times our kids nowadays, the music they listen to is only telling them how to destroy the culture, how to destroy their neighborhoods. So I'm honored to be a part of Annie Malone's legacy and restoring her legacy back to the rightful place where it deserves, which is the first black female millionaire in the United States of America. She was worth about $14 million back then, and that's equivalent today to about $140 million. So she paid more taxes in the state of Missouri than everybody one year in the whole entire state. That's how rich she was. And we have some of her family members here. But if y'all want to come on up here real quick, come on, I'm putting y'all on the spot. Mr. Bryson already told me y'all was here. So here's some of her living bloodline. I'm seeing geniuses and patents and products already coming out of this legacy right here. Yeah, come on up on stage.
All right.
This is some of Annie Malone's living legacy right here, right now. We want these kids to be inspired to only do great things. Now, we don't expect y'all to be Annie, but we expect y'all to do great things and use your talents and abilities to uplift the community, inspire the community, and just restore legacy. a lot of times black culture get destroyed, it get buried, and we have to go dig it out. Otherwise, somebody else tell our story, and it might not be the whole story. Or what they say in court, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you guys, sometimes people tell the truth, but not the whole truth. You know, they leave some parts out. And Annie Malone was left out. We cannot allow that to happen, especially her aunts who taught her how to be an herbalist was in Peoria. So no matter where Annie went or what she did, her aunts in Peoria that knew how to take plants and herbs and create a product out of being an herbalist was right here in this city. So let's give them a round of applause.